Fucking nobody's in the chat. Damn it. What's up, you guys? This is your boy, one and only T Studio X, coming at you live from the bedroom of my apartment. And it's gonna be a panel stream. I think this is panel stream number 21. What's up, Michael Riley? First one in the chat. Let me see if we can try to drop a link to Facebook. What's up, Michael Riley? Is the only one? It's gonna keep everything down. Avoid the music avoid playing the music on live stream because of copyright. Sometimes things like that just gets in the way, though. Okay, there's only 2 in the chat. Let's see if we get more people. I know it's been a while since I've been on the stream. I know it's Monday. I need to know why my smoke detector is chirping. I think the battery's freaking going off. I mean, I think the battery's just going. I think the battery is just dying. That's what I would say. The battery's dying. So it's Wednesday, October 7th, 2020 at 10:04 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm just going to try to be on here for at least an hour. We got one person in the chat. I just got to drop links through Facebook. Just in case those dumbass trolls come. Should I talk about fire prevention since since it's the fire prevention week, which I should talk about it. So the question is, so what happens if you smell smoke and there's fire in the kitchen? So that's a good question. Okay, why isn't the stream lit? There's no people watching in here. There's no people watching. OSC is at egg, no viewers. I'm not just gonna talk to a wall like this. This is ridiculous. I like to get some people in here. Come on. I scheduled this live stream and nobody wants to come. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. You mean I know I haven't been streaming for a while. I think I should. It's about time I should make a. It's about time I should make a comeback. Yeah, I got 0 people watching. Nobody. 0. Nobody. And it's been 8 minutes since I've started the live stream. 8 minutes, 33 seconds. So during the fire, what would you do if there's fire in the kitchen and people smell smoke coming from the kitchen? So what if the doors, let's say, what if the doors, when you feel the door from the back of your hand, see if it's hot, you would find another way. But you have to crawl down really low under this black smoke because you know heat rises. At least I know that heat rises. Because, yeah, heat rises, and the only way you would escape from a burning building is to crawl down low and find at least a window or a door. Like, let's say if you're in the bedroom, or let's say if you're in the bedroom and the fire is just blocking the bedroom. And stuff like that. So they would find a way to get out the window. They'll have this thing has, so they have to come up with a fire escape. Yeah, apologize. I was gonna do a panel stream last night, but I'm gonna be doing it tonight. But since it's probably gonna be a dead stream, you can see if we give it at least an hour to get some people in here. $3 that viewers is back down. It's been to zero for 3 minutes. Nobody's watching. I need to know why. Gotta get some people in here. Come on. The stream isn't that freaking boring. Yo, it's your boy Leo in the building. How are you? Yo, it's your boy Leo. He's in the building. He's in the building. He's in the building. So, a good question. So, back at school. So back at school. So, I remember back at school learning about fire safety and stuff like that, which is pretty darn awesome. Yeah, we know that fire safety is for the little ones, but I know this is not a kids channel. But I like talking about fire prevention every year in October because it's the fire prevention month. So nice to see you. Yo, it's your boy Leo. And I also subscribe to your both. I've subscribed to your definitely your channel. I think it's called Entertainment. I know it's the new channel. And stuff like that. I mean, I totally forgot what it's called. I know it's Entertainment. So something has to do with like Entertainment X or something like that. Totally forgot what it was. But I know, at least I know I subscribe to that channel. Let's see, get some love in here. Okay, let's get rid of this ticker. You're definitely welcome. So at least we got Yo, it's your boy Leo. That's an awesome channel. And so it's me once. It's me once and Yes Honey. At least I know that channel. That channel's awesome too. Got about 10 likes. So that's pretty good so far. That's pretty good, pretty much of a good start. So Monday I did the stream on so I did the testing, the live stream testing on the Streamlabs, but I know I have lag problems with that, so I can see if we can try to watch the video from watch some of the videos and stuff like that. How to get rid of the lagginess so I would do a decent live stream. And yeah, for Streamlabs, so I would do that for the overlays. So right now I've got 11,437 views, which would be the total views I've got now for my channel. At least I was on like few streams today. I was on the TR show, listening to some music. Have fun on that channel. That's a pretty awesome channel. The TR show, he does a lot of these streams, motivational streams. I like how he does the streams and stuff like that. The TR show, the TR show is awesome. NSF Rose, that channel is awesome as well too. We got Truck Diabetes. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. So how are you? Good to see you. And we got Roadhog Kennel in the building. Got Roadhog in the building. Like hello, Roadhog Kennel. I'm gonna see if we can drop a link in the chat bot. Trying to stay safe from the trolls. We got 13 wonderful likes so far. So that's Cassius King's Truck and Second channel. Make sure you grab up Truck Diabetes. I know he does I know his main channel is Cassius King. Cassius King Trucking. That's what it's called. That's the main channel. So we got just 2 in the house. So anybody loves to share this whole entire stream out. Let's see if we can share a stream out. Let's see if we can share this stream out on social media platforms. If you guys have a community tab, make sure to share it out. Make sure you share it out. So make sure you grab up Truck Diabetes. So that's Cassius King's second channel. Thanks for the shout outs. You're welcome anytime. I would definitely shout out to you and yo, it's your boy Leo and everybody. Got Roadhog Kennels in the building. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the T Studio X Marines. That's what I call myself, the T Studio Marines. Thank you for the shout outs. anytime. Hopefully, I would love to give you a huge, massive shout out. I mean, shout outs. So I did 91, the Grind Time show, which I did 91 of these streams. So there were the Grind Time shows. So basically I numbered the Grind Time shows. So when I do like live panels, I mean panel streams, I usually number that as well. I'm just born. I'm just a boring farm channel. You're not a boring farm channel. I mean, you're not boring at all. Roadhog, you're not boring at all. I think that's an awesome channel you got. I love seeing farming content. Farming content is pretty awesome too. Any content people likes, I know. I know. I know there's different types of content. I know people loves trucking, farm equipment. I mean, the farming content, which is pretty awesome. At least I know that's another one that likes Farmall. That's Farmall Fanatic. That's an awesome channel too. He has over 17,000 subscribers and a lot of content. I love those plowing videos and stuff like that. Plowing streams and videos. Got some awesome tractors, antique tractors, and pretty good stuff. But I really do miss his Farmall Fridays and stuff like that. It's pretty darn cool when he does this live streams. You mean, yeah, he does. So I'm talking about good about Farmall Fanatic and stuff like that. At least I know Farmall's is always red because that's the only color that is Farmall is red. Farmall red. At least I know. Speaking of the other red tractors, I know there's Massey Ferguson. I know their tractors sometimes are red. So Case. So yeah, I think Case's tractors are red, but not all. Some of them are. Some of them has like a different color. Like some of them are yellow and stuff like that. Yeah, I like all kinds of tractors. John Deere, that's the green power. John Deere's is pretty good brand of tractors. Case, International IH. I mean, yeah, Case is pretty much a pretty good tractor brand. I mean, tractor and stuff like that. Oliver Minneapolis Moline, another type of tractors. The Big Bud, pretty much of a good tractor for those are the bigger tractors. I'm talking about Big Bud tractors. Those are the ones of the articulators. So it's a Big Bud 747 with a 16 valve Detroit. Basically, it's got a 16-cylinder engine. Kubota tractors suck really bad. I hate mine. Oh yeah, I didn't mention about Kubotas. I know Kubotas are orange tractors and stuff like that. So what kind of tractor you like? What kind of tractor brand you like? I know some of the Case International tractors sometimes are yellow because it could be construction, like a backhoe. Oh, Roadhog kind of looks like Farmall. Farmall's pretty awesome too. That's right. That's the Red Power, Massey Ferguson. I know there's Farmall. There's Massey Ferguson. What about Ford tractors? That's the one with the blue. New Holland. SAME tractors. I wonder if it's pronounced Sami or same. Maybe it's pronounced in a foreign language. Yeah, cases are sweet too. At least I know cases are red. Farmall is red, so it's Massey Ferguson. We got Nature Larcy in the building. How are you? Nice to see you. Long time no see. I like the Ford 8N. That's pretty much that's a heck of a good tractor there. Yep, I like tractors too. You mean I've driven a lawn tractor, like just a lawn tractor. Yard machines, craftsman's. Usually have a 13-speed, 6-inch. 6-inch mower, 6-speed. I remember when my dad used to have the tractor like that, and he used to mow the lawn with it. Yeah, the Ford 8N, I think they're nice tractors. They're pretty nice. So make sure to grab up Nature Larcy and show her some real love in here. Let's show us some real love. We got 4 in the house. Got some few people in here. So that's pretty good. Great start. We're 30 minutes into the live stream, the panel stream. So on the 14th of October, I know it's going to be National Fire Alarm Day. So I know some people are terrified of fire alarms because at least we know that the fire alarms are loud, especially those horn strobes. So back in school, in middle school, I used to go to middle school and they had like the EST system. So and horn strobes, they're white, so they didn't have the fire lettering on it. They have like the icon of a guy, the picture of a guy with the fire. So I had a strobe on the bottom. It was the Edward Genesis or the EST Genesis strobe. I know it's a high pitch. I know it gives out a very high pitched sound and it's loud. And on the outside of the school, it had EST Integrities. That's the one with the vertical strobe, and it has a completely different sound. The lower pitch of the sound of the alarm, and the pulsations were like the EST Edwards. I remember when we had like fire drills. Boy, these things are loud. I think their strobes are set to. So the strobes were set to 15 candela, I believe. The word candela, which is so the word candela, which is it's the brightness of the strobe. And it's an ADA strobe because the lens is clear that you can see the strobe. When it's non-ADA, the lens would be frosted. It would look like it'll be like white, but you would not see the strobe tube. But when you see the only the lens, because the lens is not see-through. That's for non-ADA. So back at the school, there's a school called Lynch, and I used to go to before it got remodeled. I remember when we used to have fire drills there. I was there from kindergarten through fourth grade. From 1996, 1997 school year all the way to 2000 and 2000 and 2001 school year. So I remember. So I remember going there. I remember back in school we used to have the belts that we had. Those, I think it's one of those 6-inch belts. That's so the bell, when the bell rings, we usually when the bell rings, it usually it means it's changing periods. That's what the bell's for. And I know there's minutes in between the times, but it is the passing periods, which is about so back in high school, there's usually passing periods about 5 minutes. In middle school, I think they're in middle school it's like 2 minutes. At Rowe, ROWE, they usually had like 4 minutes in between classes. Normally 30 minutes of it's usually a 30-minute period or 30 to 40-minute period. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. It's nice to see you, Nature Larcia. You rock. Shout out to all of you in the chat. I'll definitely do a shout out to Tree Trimmer 82. He's awesome. He does a lot of these awesome live streams. And all these live streams, they rock. I love them all. And I know Tree Trimmer, he worked his butt off to get monetized. Back in I think it was like a year and 2 months ago. So I know he worked his butt off. I remember when he grew. So I remember when he hit, I remember when he was like around 1,100 subscribers. So he started doing the live streams and stuff like that. You mean Tree Trimmer is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Tree Trimmer 82, I'm talking about the real Tree Trimmer 82. You mean, yeah, he's awesome. He does awesome live streams. The Damn Bam Barbecue, he does these cooking videos, and they're awesome. At least I know they're. At least I know where it's from. At least I know it's from Texas. Texas style foods. I can't wait till I can't wait till he creates his new videos. I'll be definitely watching and leaving some good comments. Hopefully that channel, hopefully the Damn Bam Barbecue, I hope that channel will get to 1K and then get monetized. But I know the watch time hours comes first before that. And yes, the views. Yeah, gotta have views. I definitely need to get more views and stuff like that. Trying to get to 1K at the end of at least by the end of the year, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'd like to make it happen. Because sorry for picking my nose. Okay. Got 1, 2, 3 moderators in here. 4. Got AIFG in the building. How are you? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, mad respect. So before I got on my stream, I was on the live panel with Angel's Army, so he's close to getting monetized. So he needs about maybe I think he needs about 700 watch time hours. So hopefully Angel's Army, I hope that channel would get monetized because I know that person worked his fingers to the bone. We got AIFG in the building. In the building. How are you? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Just can't believe this day was just going fast. Definitely going fast. So this Saturday, I like to get my bike fix since my chain on Monday broke off while I was riding bike because of the chain link being broken. So I like to do that the the church music practice. Usually, so normally I used to do church music practice every Saturday at 9 a.m. Usually I get a, usually that's one of my weekly routines. So basically I go to the church I go to, and we pick some songs from the tablet and we play them. Sometimes we play once or twice or maybe three times until we get it right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good of a weekly session. That's what I would say. It's a weekly music section. I mean, session. I mean, session for the Lord. And after sometimes, yeah, we I think we do like 5 or 6 songs or so. So basically, we rehearse these songs, and then we during the worship service, the first half of the worship during the first half of the worship service, we perform. We perform like we're like imagining I see millions of people with the audience and me standing on the stage playing that bass and drums. Yeah, when I get on that church stage in front of everybody, but we we do it for the Lord. So we definitely do it for the Lord. It's AIFG in the building. Okay, let's just keep my eyes on that chat. Yeah, right before I done the stream, I had French toast. Slapped that syrup on there with cinnamon on there. That was pretty damn good for a Wednesday night meal. Heck yeah. That pretty much hit the spot. I should say, hell yeah. That's what I would definitely say. Hell yeah. To the meal that I ate. But one of these days I like to make some but one of these days I like to make like a burger. I like to do it on stream and stuff like that. Because I like to do it on video, but I like I like to do that on the video, but sometimes I hit the time limit, which I really hate. I really hate time limits. It's so I mean when you're in the middle of recording in the time in the phone camera stops because you're at a time limit. That's what I hate about the time limits, and the memory gets full, and I hate that. And you're not even done doing you're not even done doing the live stream. I mean, you're not even done doing the video. Like you're in the middle of the video. You mean, let's say I'm in the middle of the video. You're in the middle. You're in the middle of the video, and you're trying to do your part. In the and it hit the time limit, and that's what I hate about the time limit when I do videos on my phone and stuff like that. My phone, I hate time limits. I despise these time limits and storage limits. That, that's what I would definitely say. I despise the time limits on phones and tablets. Sometimes it could be cameras and stuff like that because, like I said, when you get to your part, when you get to the part, you want to do your part or your dedication part, or but not just that, but if you want to do your part in the video, it won't let you because of the time limit. That's what I hate about the time limits. Time limits suck. The time limits on your phone, the time limits on any phone or any tablet sucks. Screw time limits. And plus the character limits. One example, there's character limits. That's what I hate about character limits. I know there's character limits on Twitter, Instagram. In the comic section, there's a character limit. In the live stream, in the chat, there's a character limit. There's like 200. That takes 200 characters, and spaces included. But you know what it gets me? When you put an emoji in the chat, it takes 2 characters for one emoji. That's ridiculous. When you put one emoji in, that should take 1 character, not 2. One example, the prayer sign, the one with the praying hands, fire, or whatsoever. Why do these emojis, they take 2 characters? I don't get it. And spaces takes up characters, and that's so stupid too. Why do spaces, like in between words, take up so many characters? I still get it. Sometimes they got like a timer on there. I'm going to talk about one example of the game, the Farming Simulator 17. So when you do those missions and Yeah, when you do those missions, they got like a timer on there. They give you so much time until it runs down. That's what I hate about the stupid time limits on them. Like I said, I despise these time limits. I despise time limits on games. That's what people. That's what I hate about those timers. They have timers. Some of the games got timers and stuff like that. It's like racing against the clock and stuff. Yeah, sorry guys, I was a little bit off topic, but I was going to talk about the fire safety. You mean, yeah, fire safety. So back at school, we used to have like yeah, I'm talking about fire drills and stuff like that. When we have fire drills, we usually the teacher tells where to line up as the fire alarm is sounding. Back in elementary school, we used to back at Lynch Ellen, back at Lynch before I got remodeled. They had like those. They had like a 10-inch bell, and it's like a single stroke bell, but it was cold. It was a coded pole station. I think it had like the Edwards coded pole station. I think I remember they had that. But inside the coded pole station, they used to have a wheel with teeth in it, and the teeth represents when the hammer inside the bell strike the striker, which is inside the bell that strikes the bell. So once the thing hits one of the teeth in the wheel, in the cold wheel, it would have a but inside that wheel, I mean inside the pole station, they used to have a cold wheel with the teeth, and there's a thing. Once it hits the teeth, they usually have a little spark, and then then the bell would ring, or sometimes yeah, the bell would ring because and the bell would basically stroke because it was a single stroke bell. Back in back in middle school, it used to be the old middle school I used to go to. Spent 2 years in sixth grade, 2002, 2003 school year, and 2003, 2004 school year. I spent 2 years of that old school. It was a three three-story school that looked like a old mansion. It had like the flight of stairs, but it didn't have no. I mean, it didn't have any elevators. There was no. I mean, there were no elevators. Yeah, it was a three-story school for sixth and seventh graders. So it fed about sixth and seventh graders. Fed about 400 people. It was 400 sixth graders and 400, I mean, 200 sixth graders and 200 seventh graders. And the total of that's 400. That's how many people we had back then. When we got to a higher grade, there were more people. Because some of the schools, some of the schools from some of the schools that they came from fifth grade, some of them, so some of them came from Burnham, some of them came from Lynch, some of them came from Harriet Child. That used to be a school, but now it's currently pretty much gone. But now the whole school is SRU Elementary School, which it usually fits which people who lives in Ulster, Shashequin, Ulster. Basically, SRU stands for Smithfield, Ridgebury, and Ulster. That's what SRU stands for. If people lived in the vicinity of Smithfield Township, Ulster Township, and Ridgebury Township, that's what SRU stands for. So that used to be like, so first it started out with that used to be like the high school. It used to be the joint school. It used to fit like K through 12. And I forgot how many years it usually fit K through 7. But K through 5, there was a elementary section. It was Harriet Woodchild Elementary School, connected to the SRU. It used to be SRU Middle School, that they usually house 6th and 7th graders. But now the 6th and 7th graders, they're housed at the Harlan Row Middle School. And 8th graders, yeah, Harlan Row Middle School, but it used to be like, I wonder if middle school and junior high is pretty much the same. I don't know. At least I remember when I went to the SRU Middle School for 7th grade. It was 2004, 2005 school year. I remember that. I went there for one whole year from September to June. And I was in the 7th grade. In the 8th grade, I went to 8th to 9th. I went to Harlan Row, which is the school. I know for the school, they got like horns and stuff like that for the fire alarm. That's they use those for fire drills, and that's a coded post station. Coded fire alarm system. And I think I think they got like Faraday horns, and the pole stations, I think they're made from Faraday. I thought it was like made from Simplex Simplex and stuff like that. So some of them would have the code numbers. I think each of the pole stations code numbers. I think they're like different. It depends how many codes it would make. So at Lynch, so I remember when Lynch, they got remodeled back in 2002. So they got the fire alarms that they have, I think it's a simplex system. And so it's the high school. I can start with the high school first. They got simplex true alert alarms, horn strobes, and they're red. I don't remember they are. Simplex true alert alarms, which would be the horn strobes. I know there's remote strobes in restrooms and stuff like that. Some of them are in the hallways. Some of them are in the classrooms. In in the natatorium, which is the swimming pool area of the school, they had like the Wheelock AS and the Wheelock RSS strobe. In the locker room in the old gym, they usually have in the locker room in the old gym, they have like the Wheelock AS horn strobe, and it had that shield on it. And the color that's red. So basically, the schools make so the high schools fire alarm mixtures in between Wheelock and Simplex, and the pulse stations that they have is the Dulux and T-bar pulse stations. I forgot what model they are, but I know they had the T-bars in the they had the T-bars. The white T is so the dual action means push and pull, but do not pull fire alarms in. So do not pull fire alarms in a public place. People would get fined for that or arrested for that, for pulling false alarms. I mean, I was just explaining what I was just explaining what I was just explaining what what kind of fire alarm that they had. I know they had the high school, they had the addressable system, I believe. So the question is, what's in between an addressable and a conventional? I think conventionals is basically it's those addressables. I'm gonna say addressable. I'm gonna start off with addressable first to look it up. So Gladys Burnham Elementary School, they usually had. I know they had the firelight system. I mean, he had the firelight system. It's either I think it's either notifier or the firelight by Honeywell. So inside and outside they had systems. Inside and outside they had system sensors, spike alert, classics, and it sounds like a whistle. I remember when these fire alarms they were loud. I know they were red. I remember when we had fire drills. And I was at that school for it was 2001, 2002 school year. And I was in the 5th grade. I remember when we had like fire drills and stuff like that, and these things are loud. Sometimes when the teacher tells us that we were going to have a drill, so I was so basically I pretty much covered my ears because I know the fire alarms were going to be loud. We got Martin Magic Videos. Hello T Studio X, buddy. How are you? This is Noel. Slideshows. My channel has been deleted from the nasty trolls and copyrights. My videos is so what the heck? So my videos, this is my new channel. Happy to see you. I'm sorry that your old channel got deleted because of these trolls. I hate those trolls. You are a great buddy. I'm here for you, buddy. Happy to see you from D Cracks channel. Have a great night. I have to go and have a great night. Thanks for coming. D Crack's pretty awesome. That's the one with the yes. Yeah, D Crack's pretty awesome. I like his reaction videos, live streams, and everything. That channel's awesome. Before I know it, later down the road, he probably might hit 50,000 subscribers. If he had more, he'll be on the road to so sooner or later he'll be at 50,000 subscribers. But right now I think he's at 44,000. Yeah, D Crack's pretty awesome. Shout out to D Crack. I'm talking about the D Crack. I'm talking about the real D Crack. I like how he does. What's up, guys? D Crack here. D Crack's pretty awesome. So leaving off on the fire alarm. So the systems, so at that school in Richbury Township, and I know it was part of the school district. I think it was like part of Athens Area School District here in PA. So fire alarm. So I know they had the fire alarm system, and I know it was I think it was like the firelight system. I think it's compatible with Wheelox, Gentex, Siemens, I believe. But nowadays, I think those Wheelox are rebranded by Siemens, I believe. So inside and outside the notification devices, notification appliances that they have. I know it's a orange stroke and they're red. System sensor sparkle alert classics, which they are. So which they are. It sounds like a whistle when it goes off in the tone of that was code 3. I remember that. The temporal code 3. The pole stations that they had is a BT12LX, I believe. Inside and outside, I know they have the system sensor Spectre Alert Advance. And no, not the Advance, the Classics. System sensor Spectre Alert Classics. Those are the older fellers. I mean, those are a little bit of a older alarms. I think those alarms are in the 90s. Before they before they do the system sensor spike alert advances. I know I haven't heard them in real life, but I heard of the Wheelock ZN8. I mean ZNSs. They sound like the Wheelock NS horn strobes. I mean the Wheelock NS. Yep. Thanks for coming, Martin Magic Videos. I hope they don't hack your new channel. I hope they don't. So at Lynch they got, but at Lynch after when it's remodeled back in 2002. So they had simplex true alert alarms on the inside and Wheelocks on the outside. But before they had the Wheelocks on the, so before they had the old Wheelocks, the one with the vertical stroke, I think those are the MTs. So they replaced them. So they replaced the ones with the horizontal ones. I mean the horizontal strobes. The Wheelock MTs with the horizontal strobes at the top. So horizontal means, which means it goes pretty much so we got little Noof in the building. What is up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to welcome to the T Studio live stream, the panel stream. Gotta watch the battery on my phone because when I pull my back on my phone, the battery just basically just creeps down. You mean it just drains down. When I take a look at the battery at 0%, I had to put it on the charger. So the fire alarms that they have at Lynch for the pull stations that they have is the Simplex T-bars. That's after when it's been remodeled back in 2002. I think so I wonder, yeah. I'm going to say that, yeah, MT stands for multi-tone, which I believe it is. The fire alarms you don't see, the fire alarms that they don't have, I mean, so the fire alarms that the original made Wheelocks, they usually have a Wheelock MT LSM, the LSM, which is the strobe, and the MT is the horn. It's either in white or red. And I remember when it's on horn. So when it's on horn, it sounds like pretty much a whistle, and pretty much it usually gives out a really high pitched scream. Yes, this would have the same sound just like the MTs. How's your day going? Doing pretty good. Oh, forgot about it.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
How
what's
are you?
up?
Good. I'm 31 years old, just so you know.
Yep.
Nice to meet you. And I
Nice
like
to meet you.
D-Crack a lot.
Yeah, D-Crack's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he is. I like him, yeah. He do a lot of shout outs and, how he been to, right? And how
Yeah.
you doing?
Good. I didn't even see you. I was
I
just
haven't
talking
seen
about.
you in a long time.
Yep. You know, I have a 2-year-old channel. It got hacked.
Some trope and attacked me for when copyright my video. And I have to ignore him, but I have to delete everything. They've been bullying on me too much, and it's not good.
Yeah, that happened to my old channel too. Same way.
Yeah, yep. So it's my new channel. It's Martin Magic Videos, by the way.
Yep.
Yep.
So how many subscribers did you had on your old channel?
And it's not too much. It's 196, almost 200.
Oh, I thought you hit like 1,000 subscribers. I thought you
I
did.
know. Last time before my old channel, I have 1K, almost 1K, but I have to delete it because someone copyright my videos.
Oh, I hate it when they do that. Copy link your videos.
Yeah,
Or
and copy my link. You know the link on the YouTube, and they posted on the link, make funny faces about me and everything.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, these trolls. Yeah,
yeah.
if these trolls could come out
I'm
to the
trying to
bowl,
stay
so
away
they'd be
from
picking
those
horns.
people.
Yep, if these trolls, if they want to mess with the bowl, they could take them by the horns. How about
Right,
that?
of course. Yeah. Um, I just want to stop by and say hello to you, and uh,
Yep,
and I hope you have a wonderful night.
yep,
I will see you next time, buddy. Okay.
yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yep. You're welcome, buddy. Peace.
Make sure you join the T Studio Marines.
I will. Peace, buddy.
Peace out, my buddy.
Yep. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, so that was Magic. Martin Magic videos. So at least so he was on the panel. So he's a pretty good, awesome person. So he had to start his channel over again and stuff like that. So that's pretty sad how these trolls attack these wonderful, good channels. And it's not even fair. I didn't know why YouTube ain't not doing anything about it. It's just sad anymore. Okay, leaving off with the fire alarm and stuff like that. I know I have a picture of I know I have a blue notebook that's like the fire alarm stuff in it. So that would have been awesome if I made my own little fire alarm, at least a little one. I like to make a mini fire alarm system. So I like to buy me a pulsation, a horn strobe, and the wires to do that. But I like to start with the remote strobe first. Because I know, or sometimes I like to start with the bell, start with fire bells and stuff like that. Some of them was like a 6-inch or a 10-inch. You mean it's expensive to buy stuff like that? You mean I know there's lots of it on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. So the word addressable So, fire alarm system, a fire alarm that works using multiple devices to warn of an emergency, such as fire. A fire alarm system, it has a number of devices working together, detected and detect and warn people throughout the visual and audio appliances. Visual, such as strobes or lights, and audio, which contains like the loud sounds such as horns, low frequency sounders, but different kinds of sounds. So it warns people through audio and visual appliances when smoke, fire, or carbon monoxide or any other emergencies from smoke. Any other emergencies that are present. These alarms may be activated automatically from the smoke detectors, heat detectors, or may be activated from a manual fire alarm activation devices such as a call points or pole stations. In the UK, they call them call points. Here in America, they call them pole stations, manual pole stations. Alarms can be either motorized bells or wall-mountable sounder and or horns. These can they can also they can also be speaker strobes, which it sounds an alarm followed by a voice evacuation message to warn people inside the building not to use the elevators. Fire alarm sounder can be set in certain frequencies and different tones, including low, medium, and high, depending on the country and manufacturer of the device. Most fire alarm systems in Europe sounds like a siren, alternating frequencies. Fire alarm electronic devices are known as horns in the United States and Canada. Can be either sound. It could be either continuous, code 3, 120 beats per minute march time, or set to other different tones, the codes. Fire alarms warning devices can also be set to different volume levels. So on the right of the screen, I know you're I know the so fire alarm notification appliances widely used in the United States and Canada. One example, the Wheelock MT 24 LSM. 24 stands for there's 24 volts. And LSM is it's the strobe part. The MT, which is the horn. It's usually mounted on the wall. It's usually a wall mount alarm. Sometimes fire alarms. Sometimes it could be a light, a speaker, and the remote light, a horn with the remote light, or a remote strobe. A coded fire. One example: coded fire pole station below a 10-inch bell could be I think the bigger the bell, the lower the pitch would be on the bell, which I believe. I'm trying to distinguish in between addressable and conventional and intelligent. Up in addressable. Start with addressable first and then go to conventional. Okay, there's addressability. I'm trying to distinguish in between addressable and conventional. I know the conventional is usually measured by zones, and addressable is usually tell where the alarm has triggered. It could be triggered by the pole station or a smoke detector. Sometimes it can be triggered from a water sprinkler. But not just that, there's duct detectors, which is basically a smoke detector on a circuitry. The circuitry is usually green. What is in between the addressable and conventional? So addressable alarm systems connect to in between addressable and conventional. Addressable alarm system connects devices using a loop. This is where one wire connects all devices to the panel. Both ends of the wire loop connect to the control panel with a conventional alarm. Each device can be connected to the panel. Sometimes the pulsation, sometimes they have some type of, I know they have have a wire. Look, it's not a wire, some type of module, some type of addressable module or something like that. What's a fire alarm convention? I mean, what is a conventional fire alarm? A conventional fire alarm is a safety alarm designed to detect, alert you of any signs A conventional fire alarm is a safety system designed to detect and alert you to any signs of fire within your premises. A conventional system. What is the conventional system? The system consists of one or more zones, each having either manual operated pole stations, call points, or automatic detection devices, or a combination of both. When the alarm is activated, the zone in which activation has occurred shown on the control panel. Here's a pretty good question. What is the difference between the conventional and addressable fire alarm? Which I think I just mentioned about that. With a conventional alarm, each device will be connected to the control panel via its own wire rather than a shared one. What is the purpose of the end of line this resistor? The end of line resistor is an ordinary resistor. Its purpose is to complete the circuit so the panel can perform a constant continually check to allow the panel interometer to check the continuity the continue the continuity of the wires supervise the wires in parentheses. The end of line the end of line resistor is at the end of the loop, the last device. The SLC, I think that's for the conventional systems for fire alarms and stuff. I'm talking about some good fire alarms and stuff. I like to talk about that in the next stream. So D-Crack is on right now. So see you soon, says Martin Magic Jones, Roadhog. I hope you have a great day. Have a great night. I hope you have a great night. Even when there's 0 people in here. What is conventional wiring? The conventional wiring is one in which each individual instrument is wired separately to the marshalling rack. The signal travels through the signal travels from each instrument to the I/O card on the wire slash terminal dedicated for the same. Each pair each pair of multi-pair cable carries signals of one device, etc. So where do you and there's a pretty good question. Where should a fire alarm control panel is located? It should be located in an area common to all buildings, building users, and where automatic detection is in use. The control panel should be in the protected area. An alarm sounder should be sited next to the control unit, but not too far, not too near the telephone position. So normally, the fire alarm panel, the fire alarm control panel is usually located. Sometimes it's located in the mechanical room in the building. Sometimes it's in the boiler room. Sometimes it's located somewhere in the lobby. So, what are fire alarm zones? So, a fire zone is a specific area of a building. Each zone is separated from all the other zones by fire walls and fire doors. The zones are kept small enough to be bite-sized, small enough that in a fire the zone could be dealt with as a whole. So that's what a fire alarm zones are. And it's usually on a conventional panel. What and here's another great question. What is meant by conventional control panel? A conventional fire alarm control panel employs one or more circuits connected to initiating device such as smoke detectors, heat detectors, duct detectors. Like I mentioned, a duct detector is basically a smoke detector. It's on a circuitry inside a clear case or something like that, and it's usually hidden in ducts and air ducts, manual pull stations or call points. And sometimes flame detectors wired in parallel. So which cable? So what are the main at least I know. Sorry about that, guys. Even when there's no people in here. basic fire alarm components such as fire alarm initiating device such as hose stations, smoke detectors, heat detectors, primary power supply, backup power supply. Notification devices, the notification appliance such as horn strobes, sometimes remote strobes, remote horns, remote lights, remote. And I think I think there's some remote horns, remote. I think there's remote speakers. Remote horns is basically horn only. Sometimes it could be horn only. Sometimes bell only. It depends the size of the bell. Sometimes bells could be red. Sometimes it could be gray or silver. So which cable is used in a fire alarm system? So the answer is a common wiring pattern for smoke detectors is to run a two conductor cable, such as 14/2 from the breaker panel to the first smoke detector, and the three conductor cable from each another onward. The third wire is for tripping all of the detectors should one detect smoke. So what happens if the oxygen is removed from the fire triangle? That's a pretty good question too. Removing fuel nearby decreases heat. Without sufficient oxygen, a fire cannot begin and it will not continue. With the fire with a decreased oxygen concentration, no combustion process slow. Oxygen can be denied to a fire using a carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, a fire blanket, or water. So that's the question for the. So that's the answer for the question. So what type of smoke detectors? What type of smoke detector is the best for bedrooms? According to the NFPA, National Fire Prevention Association, smoke detectors should be placed in every bedroom outside of each sleeping area on every level of your home. The digital industry experts recommended both a photoelectric and ionization alarms for optimal optimal protection against flaming and smoldering fires. why another good question. Why is why should why should heat detectors not be used in places of smoke detectors? However, heat detectors cannot detect smoke. At least don't know about that. Just in case the temperature is not too hot or there is only dense smoke, the heat detector will not activate. Heat detecting is heat detecting devices are typically used in places where high flames and intense heat occur. At least I know that fire detects heat. Fire contains heat and light. How long does the fire alarm test? So, how long does the fire alarm test last? An inspection can be ranged from 1 hour to a few days, depending the numbers of devices, complexity of the fire alarm system. What is the important to understand fire alarm control panels? Pretty good question. The information provided by these panels is considered more reliable than other panel options. These features help the owner or manager mitigate risk to their workers quicker. They could also pinpoint the exact location where the fire and evacuate these areas. So that's what the fire alarm panels are for. Sometimes they tell you where the fire. They tell you the addressable. I think the addressables. The addressable fire alarm panel. I think they tell you. I think it tells you where the alarm is triggered. Sometimes it could be from a. Sometimes it could be. Sometimes it could be from a pole station, smoke detectors. Here's one example: front lobby. Pole station has pulled fire alarms trigger, and it will say it on the. It would say it on the panel, the fire alarm panel. Sometimes it has a fire alarm annunciator, which is basically a remote annunciator. Sometimes it has that. Sometimes it has a fire alarm dialer. I think it calls to the. I think the dialer like calls the fire department. I believe it does. We're getting into 2 hours. Trying to distinguish in between conventional and addressable. What is a double knock? That's a pretty good question too. A double, the principal double knock principle helps achieve this by using one tactic to kill the bulk of the weeds. But wait a minute, I don't think that's part of I don't even think that's part of the fire terminology. Which what puts out the fire the fastest? Sprinkle baking soda or salt on the grease. This will absorb it and it will put out puts the fire out at its source. You can also use a fire extinguisher on a grease fire. Do not use the water or flour. Definitely do not use flour or water. It's one example of a kitchen fire, especially grease fires. I know there's a chart called the fire triangle and the fire tetrahedron. How does an adjustable fire alarm system works? With adjustable connected alarm systems, each alarm is monitored. Each device is monitored from a central location. If dust accumulates begin to affect the atmosphere around the sensors, a warning transmitted to the central control area. The location is noted and the device can be serviced without the alarm ever sounding. Go watch the battery, dang it. So the question is, why an adjustable fire alarm system? An adjustable fire alarm system is the one which a fire and smoke detection devices in a system connected and communicate both with each other in the central location monitoring location. The interconnectivity allows the control personnel to identify the location or address where the initial detection occurred. The information directs the emergency response team to pinpoint their efforts immediately to precise location of the developing problem. The linking of devices. Linking of devices offers several advantages that are not possible with traditional independent fire alarm systems. Some of the benefits of the addressable systems are accurate identification of where the problem started and where it may be spreading. Specific actions can be programmed, such as delaying evacuations from not from areas not immediately threatened, thereby reducing bottlenecks of evacuation occupants. Reduce potential of false alarms. Each element of the each element of the system could be monitored routinely for operational health. So nowadays the fire alarm system nowadays I think it's either it's got to be adjustable. That's what it's basically is. You know why they call it adjustable? Because it's pretty much more advanced fire alarm system nowadays. What is the best fire alarm? There's Honeywell, Edwards, Edward Signaling Solutions, Siemens Fire Safety Solutions, Tyco Fire Alarm, Fire Alarms, Security, Bosch Fires Safety Solutions. What are the different subsystems of a fire alarm? Manual and post Manual and automatic alarm devices are the two main categories that fire alarms systems fall under. Manual and automatic. A manual requires the attention to a person to activate it. A lever at a pull station. Where the automated where an automated system is triggered automatically, such as smoke or heat detector. So, what example? Automated fire alarms, which is basically activated from the smoke detectors. Sometimes it could be from a fire sprinkler, the the water sprinkler. So, a conventional fire alarm system is basically like wire. I think it's hardwired fire alarm system. So, fire alarm control. So, what is the hardwired fire alarm with the fire alarm panel? The fire alarm. A fire alarm panel works with a system of hardwired detectors. It helps to track temperature changes and signs of smoke throughout your home from one location. Looks like nobody here but one. Tell me I lost my phone. My other phone. Try to look for a specific between the addressable and the conventional. I think conventionals basically measured in zones. So in between the conventional and the addressable, so the website's on connexfire.com. So type 1, conventional fire alarm. Conventional fire alarm system is that conventional fire alarm systems and its components is all wired to the same cable that connects them to a fire alarm control panel. The control panel displays a signal when these components activate. These types of systems are inexpensive and work well in small facilities. The main problem of the conventional fire alarm systems that is when a fire component produces a signal and appears on the control panel. There is no way how to know which component is in the building. If you foresee this to be a problem, you may want to consider an addressable fire alarm system. So sometimes conventional fire alarm panels, sometimes they have like idiot lights or something like that. Not just idiot lights, but sometimes they have sometimes they got like LED screen. I mean, LCD screens. Sometimes they have that. Sometimes they're just lights. It would sometimes it would show the zone numbers, but it will not show the exact location. But the addressable shows everything on the screen. Moving on to the addressable. That addressable fire alarm system are most modern type of system, and its components have individual unique identifiers. So the conventional does not have identifiers because the conventionals are the older ones. The addressable is the present one now. Those are the current fire alarm systems nowadays. Sometimes they got like intelligent fire alarm systems, such as I know it's probably a one step. It's probably a one step higher. The intelligence. I wonder if they're still count as addressable. When one of the system components initiates, it indicates the component's address on the fire alarm panel. The reason why they call it addressable because it addresses where the alarm is triggered at. One example: a pole station pulled in the cafeteria, and it would show cafeteria on the fire alarm panel. It will say cafeteria pole when the fire alarm has been pulled. I was just giving one example. Or another one, a smoke detector triggered by a smoke detector. It will say kitchen smoke detector. Or sometimes it could be triggered from the system. It will be triggered from the fire sprinkler. Large facilities utilize these systems because they can quickly pinpoint where the trouble signal originated. This saves a lot more time because it eliminates to search for the components to search for the component that produced the signal. After you decided what type of system would work best in your facility, speak to the fire alarm installation company. We're evaluated for your building. Work with the authority having jurisdiction and local building codes requirement. They follow the codes, determine which fire alarm components are necessary, how many are required and are required, and where they need to be placed throughout the facility. Fire and life safety firms will ensure that the new fire alarm system meets all the local requirements to the NFPA standards. Property. Wait a minute. Let's see what that word is from. What's in between? Proprietary, or maybe I pronounced it wrong. And versus open fire alarm systems. I know some of the pull stations sometimes are addressable or conventional. Smoke detectors, addressable or conventional. Horns and strobes. I mean, initiating. I mean, NCA. I mean, NA, which stands for notification appliance. I can say notification appliance, such as anything that gives out sound like bells, horns, sounders. Sometimes anything that contains strobes or lights. Sometimes it could be so I want to distinguish between open and close. But I'd like to do translate. Proprietary. I just couldn't spit that word out. What's in between proprietary and open fire alarm systems? So the key difference between all addressable fire alarm systems are proprietary to some exempt. But the following in the main difference between entirely proprietary versus open systems. In a closed proprietary fire alarm system, the manufacturer, authorized service provider, and distributor is generally the same as fire protection company. That's what FPC says for, I believe. Whereas the open systems, they can be different. With a closed proprietary systems, only one company can service the alarm, service the system. In open proprietary, in open fire alarm systems allows the customers to choose from a variety of authorized fire alarm service providers. That's the key difference in between proprietary and open fire alarm system. Should your fire alarm be monitored? Monitoring requires for fire alarms. Fire alarms monitoring is a critical part of of a comprehensive fire protection system. When a fire alarm goes off in your building, monitoring ensures that the signal is quickly assessed to verify there is not a false alarm, and then transmitted to the first responders within minutes. But with but with the conventional fire alarm system, it usually have like sometimes it has false alarms. Sometimes due to some of the initiating some of the initiating devices. Sometimes some of the complements. I mean, yeah, some of the complements of the alarm. Sometimes they break down. I mean, sometimes they are malfunction. You know, yeah, all night pretty much I talked about the fire alarm system. There's fire and smoke dampers, fire suppression, fire pumps, fire sprinklers, and alarms. I know there's fire alarm requirements, fire alarm inspections, fire alarm testing, fire alarm maintenance, fire alarm design and installation, fire alarm monitoring, like I just mentioned. So other than that, hopefully we'll see you on the next stream. So hopefully we'll see you on the next stream, man. But wait. So first I'm going to read all of that. Fire alarm requirements. The fire alarm systems are required in the most occupied buildings. The most occupied buildings, and the purpose to notify people to evacuate the facility in the event of a fire. Modern systems are a low voltage addressable fire alarm systems that can provide the exact location where smoke or heat was detected. Older systems are still in operation. Can conventional older systems still in operations can be conventional zone systems or 120-volt bell and buzzer fire alarm systems. These systems are governed by the NFPA 72, the National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code. The code outlines the requirements for the fire alarm inspections, testing, maintenance, design, installation. So, under fire alarm inspections, many local authorities and fire marshals require the routine inspections on the fire alarm system and the components. It's the building's owners or manager's responsibility to make certain that these inspections are done at the necessary intervals and documented properly. The main goal of the fire alarm inspection is to provide a visual confirmation that is a system or complement is working properly. In order in the proper location, free from physical damage or any conditions could impair the fire alarm's operation. So, so let's say if people are checking the pole stations, see if there's any damages on that. Strobes, fire alarms with strobes when the alarm goes off. They want to make sure when the alarm goes off, when it goes to a full alarm, they want to make sure that the horn is sounding and the strobe flashing. When it has like a light, sometimes when it has I'm talking about the horn strobe combination. But I know they're not just horn strobes. Some of them are bell strobes. Some of them are remote horns, remote strobes, remote lights. And they check the smoke detector, see if there's any damages in it. Sometimes they can be replaced. So normally in a non-coded pole station, there's usually a toggle switch or a button inside of it, inside the non-coded pole station. It's usually have a switch or a button that's inside the pole station, which that's probably all it has for the non-coded pole station. A good preactive fire alarm inspection plan is essential to catch problems early on, in between, or during testing cycles. Also, some components are inspected weekly or monthly. Many requires inspections on a quarterly, semi-annual, or annual basis. So semi-annual, which means I think that's 6 months. I think it's like every 6 months. That's what it basically is. So Kinetics, which is the fire and life safety experts. I think that's another one of those fire alarm companies. So Kinetics fire and life experts. So Kinetics fire and life safety experts develop a fire alarm system service schedule based on your fire alarm and local codes. We work closely to you to make sure that your fire alarm system and the components is expected at the right intervals. Testing, fire alarm testing. Fire alarm testing involves operational tests which the system components are activated and the proper operations is verified. These test cover may these test covers may differ different these these tests covers many different devices and devices and system components, including smoke detector sensitivity tests, notification appliance, audibility and intelligibility tests, battery load tests, manual pull stations. But what about walk tests? What about the fire alarm walk test? Wonder what is a walk test? I can put fire alarm walk test. Basically walking. Basically walk. Basically walk testing is disabling the latching into alarm function of the fire alarm panel. They 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 are a few fire alarm panels that goes fully into full alarm for a few seconds during the walk testing. However, most fire alarm panels use one of the internal activation rules of the alarm and another set of internal activation rules for the walk testing. It's either sometimes people does walk tests doing it by pull stations, but not just pull stations or call points. They do it by the smoke detectors and stuff like that. Sometimes fire alarms, sometimes they have a pre-alarm. Then after that, and then sometimes it just goes into full alarm. So people just does testing like that. What is a fire alarm adjustable supervision? Or sometimes, so what happens if the fire alarm goes into the supervisory mode? So the question is, what is supervisory? The fire alarm supervisory. But first, I need to read the rest of the paragraph. Okay, the fire alarm supervisory. Fire alarm supervisory. So what is the supervisory fire alarm system? A super a supervisory alarm, a supervisory signal indicates there's an issue which one of the system is attached to the monitor systems by fire alarm. So, okay, an alarm meant a warning of a fire danger. A supervisory signal is used to indicate that some other protection, some other protection system monitored by some other protections are some other protections are monitored by the fire alarm system was off normal. Supervisory signals are were used to indicate when sprinkler valves are closed when suppression when a suppression system release panels was disabled. SOC stands for super SOC stands for signaling line circuit. Signaling line circuit, which is in addressable systems. Initiating device circuit, known as IDC, known as the signaling line circuit, SLC, in addressable systems connected to multiple devices within the same zone of protection, effectively, and 3 bits of information about the zones to the panel, normal, trouble, and alarm. Normal, trouble, and alarm. Yes, I think it's getting late and stuff like that. It's 12:30 in the morning. It's time for me to wrap it up, so I would like to talk about some of that later in the stream on another day. So this is your boy T Studio X signing out. Who wants to join the T Studio Marines? Who wants to join the T Studio X Marines? Try to be part of the T Studio X Marines. So I like to talk about fire extinguishers and stuff like that. I like to talk about it all October long, which I'd love to talk about that. I know it's pretty much important. We know that fire alarms should be monitored at all times. Fire alarms should be tested. Sometimes they do. So I mentioned about the walk test of the fire alarm. So everybody, thanks for coming to the stream, and that was pretty good, decent stream. A little bit, I think it was like skimpy on the stream, but oh well. You mean, yeah, so like I love doing a lot of reading and stuff like that. Reading and learning and writing. It's like in school. Just like being in school. So other than that, I'm gonna be wrapping this stream up here on this late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. This is your boy T Studio X signing out. Yo, this is your boy T Studio X signing out. Loving each and every one of you. And everybody throughout this whole platform that are good ones, that are real ones, keep on grinding. Do not give up. So this is your boy T Studio X. And this is the T Studio X Marines. This is your boy T Studio X, one and only T Studio X. Signing out. Peace.